Welcome back, guys, to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the chat, drop your elephants and your crowns and let me know where you're watching from. I literally did not expect to talk about this story, but so many of you have been hitting me up about this recent Tamron Hall interview that Porsha Williams did. As you know, we recapped her new spinoff series, Porsha's Family Matters. And you had a lot to say. And you know, she has a new book out called The Pursuit of Porsha. And there are a lot of things that are coming out. But I think the thing that's standing out the most to me is her body language. And you know, we're body language experts. We're body language experts, but we're also BS experts. And I'm getting a lot of BS. But before we get into that, let me just see what's everyone's saying. What's going on? Dallas, Texas is in the building. Canada's in the building. Oh, I see you guys. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. I appreciate you all supporting the channel. If you'd like to become a member of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, head on over to TheKempire.com. And if you didn't get the notification for this live, join our Texan community. That way you don't miss out on any of our lives. Head on over to TextKempire.com for our Texan community. Shout out to our moderators and our subscribers. We appreciate you guys being here. And you know, I really didn't want to talk any more about Porsha this week, but I watched this interview. Shout out to Tamron Hall. The beginning of the interview I thought was interesting when Tamron said, "I hear that you're nervous." I hate when interviewers say that because I feel like it's a mind trick to the interviewee. Why do you, I mean, she probably did hear that she was nervous, but to say that on camera, I was like, But Tamron Hall has been doing this for a very long time. And, you know, I did a report on Dr. Ian talking about her having not enough Black experts on the show. That's a whole other story. So I always look at Tamron Hall now with the side eye. But she did her job in this interview with Porsha Williams. And as I said to you before, Porsha's promoting her book. She's on a book tour. She was here in New York. We should have did an interview, Porsha. Honestly, I'm not even interested. See, here's the thing. Interviewees will lie to you. Look, it happens. Some are better than others. I just am not believing a word that's coming out of Porsha's mouth, especially when it's in regards to Simon Guobadia. And if you haven't seen the interview, I will link the interview so you can really look at her body language and her response. There are little kind of testy moments between Tamron Hall and Porsha, because Tamron Hall's like, "Girl, don't BS me. Don't BS me with this whole, oh, right now, we don't have a wedding date. You know, we're in the honeymoon phase." Girl, honeymoons come after a wedding. And Tamron Hall says, "No, once my husband asked me to marry him, we set a date." And then she's like, "I'm from the South. We do things a little differently." Tamron Hall was like, "I'm from the South." Yes, Erica, she said, at one point, Porsha says, we're courting. Why did you get engaged if you're courting? If you are in a dating phase? You know what, before I even jump into my opinion of it, let's take a listen to some of what Porsha said on this recent Tamron Hall interview. And I will give you guys an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts, because a lot of you were hitting me up saying that, "Did you see this?" And I did. I watched it a couple times, unfortunately. The things I do for you guys. That listen to Porsha lie to me over and over again. All right, let's take a listen. Let's just take a listen to some of what Porsha lied to Tamron Hall about, and Tamron Hall wasn't falling for it. All right, let's take a listen.
We did not hear back. Here we go. I woke up this morning, social media, tabloids, all reacting to the episode that just aired of your show.
Yes.
Your fiance, Simon. When is the
wedding?
When is the wedding?
Right now, we haven't set our date. We are dating right now. He's still courting me, in the South.
How are you engaged and dating?
You don't date your husband?
No, I married him.
You should be dating. You should be keeping the excitement going. We're enjoying each other.
You're engaged to be married.
Right, and I'm still his special sweetheart. We are in the honeymoon phase. We're enjoying each other. Yeah, it'll come.
Okay.
And you don't need to be dating.
We date.
Date nights are important. It's important.
When he proposed, we set a wedding date and we followed through.
Yes, but you want to still keep up that nice feeling, getting dressed.
So a wedding date prevent you from doing that?
In the South, we call it.
I'm Southern.
We call it the courtship moment. And he's still just treating me so special. We just bought a home together. We're about to move in. We've got so much going on that
you're buying. I'm Southern. You're buying a home before married. That breaks a Southern rule.
No, we bought a home. We already bought the home. We closed already.
I do believe the wedding is going to proceed. I think you're holding something back. I don't know what it is. You are. I'm just being honest with you. So Simon, well, this perhaps is why. So Simon revealed on the show that his grandfather had 25 wives. That's a lot. And that prompted you apparently to ask him if he'd ever cheat. He responded, if he'd ever cheated. And he responded, of course, everybody has cheated, which is true for some people, not everybody. And then people started commenting, believing that you were setting yourself up for a problematic relationship again.
Let's start with he's Nigerian. Hello.
What does that mean?
It's his culture. It's the Nigerian culture. They are allowed and is open to have multiple wives. Some have 2. His father had 2. Grandfather had 25. 6.
I have to pause it there, guys. Shout out to Obi, because Obi was the first one to let me know that's not true. Yes, it happens, but it's not common anymore. All it takes for Porsha, because this is, shout out to Obi. I trust you, Obi. However, when you guys say things on here, I go back and I Google schmoogle myself. And when I say to my Google was like, well, it's legal. However, it's not very common anymore. Maybe in the countrysides, but not so much as a general public. So the fact when she says it's his culture, I need her to be a little bit more responsible and do her own homework in regards to that. Because now you're on these national platforms, and now these stereotypes about Nigerian culture is going. Now you're reiterating incorrect information. And look, it happens. But you're doing a promo tour about your book, and you're talking about your relationship, and you're doing a show. That sidebar, the show did pretty well in its first week's ratings. Might be because they connected it to The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She had over 800,000 viewers this week. That's not bad. Remember, Potomac, in their 6th season, they kind of hovered between the 800 and a million range. That's not bad for her debut. We'll see what next week's episodes will do. But as I said to you before, and thank God for our Nigerian callers, because that was Obi called recently and said that, but another Nigerian caller called in and said, that's not true. That's not true. I just don't like the connotation that we're putting out there, especially about Nigerian people. Dr. Wendy Acefo, can you speak on this, please? Not that you have to, but, I just want to say thank you to Danielle for the super chats. Danielle weighed in a couple of times. She said, hold on. From my understanding, quote, courting is dating, but I'm not from the South. I get with you. Danielle also said, courting happened before the engagement. But again, I'm not from the South. You're a mess. Okay. Let's get back into what she was saying about Simon and other things that she says about Falynn, Pina. Okay, we'll get there. Catherine, thank you. So true, Kempire. If she says he's from the countryside, it'd be more palatable. Yeah, I just don't like. She does clarify that. Well, let me play what she says. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Porsha Williams' interview on the Tamron Hall Show and some of the things that she said. And honestly, sometimes when I listen to these interviews, I'm just like, oh, it's just a promo interview. It's nothing interesting. But watching it, hearing her, and watching it over again, I'm just like, I feel like Porsha is really trying to get what she can out of. She's squeezing as much peach juice that she can out of this story. And I think she's gunning for a second season. And that's why they're delaying this wedding as well. That's just my belief. But let me get back to what she says to Tamron Hall. The lie she tells Tamron Hall. Hold on, y'all.
60-something grain culture, they are allowed and is...
Let me just rewind
and
it
then
back.
People started commenting, believing that you were setting yourself up for a problematic relationship again.
Let's start with he's Nigerian. Hello.
What does that mean?
It's his culture. It's his culture. It's Nigerian culture. They are allowed and is open to have multiple wives. Some have 2. His father had 2. Grandfather had 25. 60-something grandkids. Yeah. But, you know, Simon has been in America since he was about 17 years old. And I'm American. Yeah. So we're going to have one wife and one husband.
The show is called It's My Relationship, Not Yours. And your family has come in and people have stepped in. And one of the questions that repeatedly comes up is, was there some type of line crossed with a friend in the show that has set you off on this journey where people feel like they should chime in? So the backstory for people who don't know, Simon was introduced on the show with his then wife, Falynn. At some point, that marriage ended. And you and Simon announced on social media that you were a couple. Mm-hmm. People seem to believe that you'd crossed a friend line, that you'd broken some girl code. What is the real story here?
And that's okay. You know, I dealt with everybody's opinions, but really it was the emotion of my supporters. Because they, you know, like, oh my gosh, Porsha wouldn't dare do this. Oh my gosh, she's a husband stealer and all that. Listen, I'm on a show. Real Housewives of Atlanta is a show meant for entertainment. When we bring people on the show to try out to be casted, they have to be brought in by another cast member. And sometimes those things are kind of put in a way other than how it actually is.
So it's fake. You weren't really friends.
I'm not going to, I wanted to be. What I wanted for her was to introduce her into the show for her to be a housewife. But it didn't work out. She ended up wanting to be friends with someone else. And you know,
my head is spinning.
Long story short, they didn't.
Let me pause it there, y'all. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about Porsha Williams' recent interview with Tamron Hall. She's talking about Falynn. Who? I think we can guess this very easily. She wanted Falynn to be on the show, she says. They were testing Falynn out. You know, they tested these ladies out because Falynn did at the time live the life. She was married to someone that was allegedly rich. You know, they had the fancy house, fancy cars, and they were testing her out. She never even became a friend of. She really was just a guest on the show. And according to Falynn, they didn't want her to come back because of what happened between Falynn and LaToya on the show when she went to go get the golf club at the Halloween get-together. She says that, you know, Bravo was not interested in that type of behavior. Fast forward to Porsha's Family Matters and her trying to clock somebody over the head with one of those big things. Or just past behavior of Porsha. But anyways, I'm digressing. So she, of course, at this point, she's gotten all the excuses together. It's been over 6 months now since all this news broke. She's heard everyone's possible excuses for her behavior, her quote friendship. We're not delusional. I know there are some people, some fans that are delusional that believe that Falynn was Porsha's real friend. We know she wasn't your real friend, but she was your real coworker. And according to this interview, Porsha says that they weren't friends, but she wanted a friendship with her. She then says that, oh, I've seen Simon here and there throughout the years. You know, we have mutual friends. Does that include Dennis? Okay, let me continue with this. Let me just play this back a little bit, guys.
When we bring people on the show to try out to be casted, they have to be brought in by another cast member. And sometimes those things are kind of put in a way other than how it actually is.
So it's fake. You weren't really friends.
I'm not gonna, I wanted to be. What I wanted for her was to introduce her into the show for her to be a housewife. But it didn't work out. She ended up wanting to be friends with someone else. And, you know,
my head is spinning.
Long story short, they didn't choose her.
Yeah.
Was she a friend of mine? No, she was going to be casted on the show. It didn't work out for her. Simon and I actually have mutual friends, and I've met him over the years here and there. And, you know, so for me, there was no personal connection with her when it came to him. So that's the thing that people didn't know that caused them to really like come hard at me. And it's okay. You know, I'm a grown woman. I know that I'm on Housewives and it looks a certain way and you're going to have your opinions. And sometimes we ask for your opinions. If I want to be successful and show my personal life, then I'm asking for your opinions. And so may not always match up, but now hopefully people get what's happening.
And what is happening is that you feel you have found true love.
Well, she's just delivered a baby. So congratulations. It's in order. She's engaged.
I got to pause it there. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to pause it there. Because this is the second time she's bringing up Falynn, because as you know, Falynn gave birth over the weekend and just in time for promo. It really makes you wonder. I mean, you can't plot and plan these things unless you had a C-section. Then you could. But anyways, let's not be conspiracy theorists. Because apparently we can't get timelines together. Give up. Anyways. But if you look at her face during this interview, and again, I'm going to post the full interview in the description of the video, because as here on the channel, we always cite our sources. This is from the Tamron Hall YouTube. It's almost sarcastic on how she's utilizing and saying congratulations to Falynn. Well, she's moved on. She just gave birth this weekend. She's engaged. Almost sort of like justifying her relationship with Simon. And look, I've never said who's right, who's wrong. What I have said, this entire situation is messy as hell. And it's very close in regards to timelines. But let me not bring up timelines. Apparently, I don't get timelines right. Can y'all get y'all lives right? Forget about me and my timeline. Can y'all get y'all lives together? Delsenia, thank you so much for the super chat. Delsenia, this makes me crack up. Delsenia says, I'm listening to the book on Audible, Porsha's book, Pursuit of Porsha. She and Lauren are narrating. She couldn't do all the narration herself? And I turned it off at a time to listen to Adele. So Delsenia, stop listening to Adele. I mean, there's no shade to Adele, but I mean, y'all in y'all feelings right now from this Adele album. But anyways, Timoni says, exactly, Kim, somebody is lying. I think a lot of them are lying. Honestly, I don't believe one is telling the truth. I don't know who's telling the truth. Who could be telling the truth? I don't know. Dennis? Maybe Dennis is the only one telling the truth. Go figure. All right, let me finish this out, y'all, and then I'm going to drop the call-in link. We have over 700 and something people watching this video. Be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Let's get to 300 likes. Wait, first of all, where are we? Let's get to 300 likes before I drop the call-in link. We're at 174. Let's get to 300, because apparently if you're watching this long, you enjoy what you're watching. Let's get to 300 likes if you want to call in. Erica says PJ's telling the truth. The only one. She's like, I want ice cream. Oh, goodness. Let me play the rest of this, y'all.
Successful and show my personal life, then I'm asking for your opinions. And so may not always match up, but now hopefully people get what's happening.
And what is happening is that you feel you have found true love.
Well, she's just delivered a baby, so congratulations. It's in order. She's engaged, so all adults involved are happy. Yeah.
The bottom line is, though, you have found someone you believe that is your life partner.
That is my life partner, for sure. Absolutely.
Well-
I'm in love. I'm just so blessed to be in this place in my life. You know, when you get to a place where you're living in your truth and you really get to know yourself, during quarantine, I really looked at myself. That's when I wrote this book. To know yourself is to truly love yourself. All my faults, everything in that book, ups and downs, mistakes, bad decisions, I love Porsha and I know Porsha. So when I presented me to this man, Simon, he was meeting me in my truest self. So I knew my decision to say yes, no matter how fast it was.
Well,
I trusted my decision.
Listen, the speed, all of it are your decisions that you've.
I'm going to stop it there, y'all, because it's the hypocrisy. This is my truest self. He's meeting me at my truest self. Fast forward a year from now where they're not married, not together anymore. I guess they play out the breakup on her second season of her show. The first episode really was not that great. It really wasn't. I think a lot of people ended up watching because they just wanted to see, what are we getting? They were giving her okay, I'm open to what Porsha might offer us. And now that I've watched it, all right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Guys, we are 40 likes away from hitting 300 likes. Let's get to 300 likes. I'll drop the call-in link because I know you guys have a lot to say. But remember, I have not eaten. Let me see. Porsha's nose is growing. She is Pinocchio. Again, if you watch the actual video of her interview, you need to look at Tamron Hall's face. When she's saying this stuff, Tamron Hall starts laughing to herself. She's just like, and maybe that's part of the reason why Porsha is allegedly nervous about doing these interviews. Because yes, when she goes to a Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen's going to be soft on her because they have a relationship. He likes her. And they're promoting her show on, I'm sure he has executive producer credit on this because it's a spinoff from Atlanta and it has Atlanta in the title. Look, not all these other interviews are going to be so gentle with her. They're going to go in, they're going to break down and call out her hypocrisy. These are the times where I wish Wendy Williams was still on the radio. There's nobody on the radio like Wendy Williams right now that would be like, girl. And I know when we fast forward and we look at Wendy Williams' life and what she put up with, we're like, I mean, what can she say? But I'm just saying, somebody needs to do it. And honestly, I'm not even interested. It's kind of like, why would I sit there and talk to a liar? Not to say that she's a liar. I'm just saying, watching this interview, I was like, this is some BS. Nelly, that Wendy was wild. If you don't know Wendy from her radio days, the Wendy that you saw on television, if you thought that was messy, the Wendy Williams on radio, she asked all kinds of questions. Eva says, exactly, we need Wendy. There's nobody on radio now that's going to interview Porsha and ask her those questions and say, girl, how are you you're engaged? Why get engaged a month into a relationship, allegedly? Before you were on Dish Nation, you were talking about how you're going to have 3 weddings. If you're having 3 weddings, you don't even have a date yet? Right now, we're courting. Courting, that's what you do at the beginning of a relationship, not the beginning of an engagement. Oh, it's a Southern thing. Girl, do you think we're stupid? Tamron Hall was like, girl, I'm Southern. Just because you're visiting me here in New York doesn't mean that, and because I speak a certain way on TV doesn't mean that that's not where I come from. And you bought a house with him? That's not very Southern. Lovey says, doing it all backwards. Fox says, Wendy on radio was fire. Claire, I'm just being honest. Sometimes I don't realize what I'm going to say till I'm up here. You know, I get myself prepared for this stuff. And then when I rehear what she's saying in this interview, and I listened to this interview like 3 times, I'm like, come on, Porsha, at least be straightforward. I don't care about this whole, first of all, who's reading Porsha's book? She's like, oh, I wrote this book over the pandemic. Did you write it? Did they have another person's name on this book? They must. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't like how she's playing on our intelligence. Keywords right here. Porsha is as smart as a bag of rocks. Yeah, because even now she's saying, I think now after the show, this first episode, the timeline makes sense. No, it doesn't. Your timeline still doesn't make sense, Porsha. And based on what she says in this interview about how Falynn became friends with someone else on the show, she clearly was talking about Kenya, because Kenya has said that her and Falynn became very friendly and they were hanging out, and Porsha didn't like that. Is that why you stole her husband? Allegedly? Not that you can steal anyone's husband. I'm being very facetious, y'all. I don't believe you can steal someone's husband. But is that why you didn't become friends with her? Is that why you reached out to Simon? To me, it's going to be suspect. Even if you were casual friends with Simon, I'm being very, very generous by saying casual friends. I want to say associates, because you said you had mutual friends that you guys would see each other over the years. Very convenient. So as soon as they announced their breakup, you're slipping in his DMs. According to him, you said that he reached out to you. I kind of believe him more, but then again, that's like, who do you believe? You're reaching out to him once he gets a divorce, or he's reaching out to you once he's announced his divorce? It doesn't make sense. I mean, it does make sense for what people really believe about the situation. It's not this big love affair. Hey, boo. Porsha, stop insulting our intelligence, as Nia said. Silent Noise says, a real woman could never. Sanazo says, quoting Phaedra Parks, just trifling. Just trifling. Omar says, do you think she'll have a baby with Simon? No. I really feel like this relationship is not a real relationship. I don't think that they were having an affair. I think that they all want a come up. I think they all want to utilize this platform to promote books, to make money, to be on reality TV. I don't believe that this is a real relationship. We've been talking about the body, because we're body language experts. We've been talking about the body language of Simon and Porsha since the beginning. And we were like, something's not right. I don't feel the passion. I don't see the love. And look, it's TV. But seeing the first episode of Porsha's Family Matters, I should call it Porsha, We Don't Give a Damn. That's what we should call it. That's what we should call it. Porsha, We Don't Give a Damn. I've said it before. When we got the baby special from Porsha, it was boring. This first episode, I watched it because y'all want me to watch it and me to talk about it. And I appreciate what you guys do for the channel, but Lord have mercy. Let me see. Let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Oh, first of all, did we hit our goal? Yes, we hit our goal. Let me drop the call-in link, because I know you guys have a lot to say and I want to give you guys an opportunity. But everyone that's calling in, short and to the point. I don't want to have to put the timer on. Hold on, let me just drop this link. Guys, if you're just joining us, liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting the channel. There are other ways that you can support the channel, and that information is available in the description of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We hit 55,000 subscribers. What a journey this year has been. Thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you to our team members of the channel as well. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com. Also, head on over to TheKempire.com for more information on updates, ways you can drop me tea. You get birthday messages from me. Shout out to anyone that's celebrating a birthday right now. Wow, the backstage blew up already. You guys have things to say. You guys have things to say. All right, we're going to get to the things that you guys have to say. All right, but before we do that, let me just do this. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Guys, it's the holidays. Holy AL says there's not enough cat litter to cover up her mess. Guys, look, my other mic came. Testing. Okay. Hold on. Let me switch cameras. Wait. There we go. Guys, don't forget, It's the holidays. Get your coldest water bottle today. Get 10% off with the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. Comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes. Shout out to Delsenia. She sent me a picture of her. She got another bottle for her husband. Oh, I'm not telling too much information. It's the holidays, guys. It keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours. They have so many great designs, colors, sizes. Get your coldest water bottle today. You know you always see me with my coldest water bottle. Get one, 10% off with the discount code KEMP10. Boom. Okay. All right. Let me turn my fan on because I'm hot. All right. Let me get to the callers, guys. All right, callers, brief and straight to the point. I'm not going to put a timer on. I'm just going to cut you off. I'm just going to be like, no, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that. It's rude. All right. Danielle, you always the first one. Look, I don't do it this way. Danielle just got that trigger finger. Hey, trigger.
Pow, pow, pow.
Stupid. Danielle.
Happy Wednesday.
One of the people that texted me this video to watch as well. So, and Danielle, right after you sent to me, so many people were sending me this video, this interview with Tamron Hall throughout the day. And I said, all right, people. All right.
So this part is the entertaining part of the video. By the time we got to this part of the interview, I was already checked out, pissed off, and over it. The beginning part of the interview, which I felt like was the serious, harder part of the interview, but at the same time, and I hate to say this because I don't know Porsha's truth, but I don't fully believe what she was saying.
The R. Kelly story?
Well, the whole, all of it, the R. Kelly story, it's a few pieces of it. She talked about her interaction with men and her not knowing her worth. And after I sent it to you this morning, I had like 3 or 4 other women who had already watched it, girlfriends and a couple of family members who watched it, and we're all in the same age demographic, and we all could relate to the story, but we all said that we didn't quite believe that Porsha really went through this.
Oh. And why is that?
Again, I hate to say this because I don't know her truth, but the way she talked about it, it didn't seem sincere. It seemed more rehearsed. And maybe she was really nervous. I don't know why she would be nervous. It's not like she hasn't done interviews before. You know, she's been on this platform for 10 years now. She's worked in radio. Like, I want to believe her. I really do. But it just didn't seem sincere. And like I said, the ladies that I talked to this morning, we were all like, child, yes, it's a conversation that women probably need to have, but probably a lot of us probably need to let some things go and talk about it. And I appreciate Porsha bringing it out. But as you can see, we're not even focused on that part of the interview. We're focused on the foolishness.
I'm sorry. Well, in all honesty, I would have focused on that if we didn't already address it in another video, that portion of her book.
The piece about R. Kelly, I didn't like her response when Tamra asked, because it felt when she said, well, I use R. Kelly's name because he looked like every other man. No, sweetie, you use R. Kelly's name because it's R. Kelly. You use R. Kelly's name because, again, of his name. We've known R. Kelly since R. Kelly in the public announcements. I remember seeing him back when I was a little girl myself at the Carter Bar in Uptown, DC. You use his name to help sell your book. That's why you use his, because if you really saw him just as another man, you would not have used his name. Let's call a spade a spade. She used the name to sell her book. Wow. So that makes it just makes it all a gimmick to me. I'm so disappointed. I know that we don't believe Porsha, and this just makes it more not believable. We just, at this point, Porsha, going back to the housewives, take the tongue lashing Kenya gonna give you and keep on giving us reality TV outside of this spinoff that we're not enjoying because it's rehearsed and it's poor rehearsal. Y'all didn't have dress, like the math is not mathing, as people say.
Okay.
I'm about to go eat Swan for drinks. I'll see y'all later.
Goodbye. Y'all have your own lives over there. Okay. I'm over here working. Y'all have over there getting drinks. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you're just joining us, of course, we're talking about Porsha Williams. She's on a book tour. She did a recent interview with Tamron Hall. It was a very interesting interview. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. We already played a couple clips of it as well. Let me bring up more evidence. Oh, wait, more evidence. Hold on one second. Let me just get to, before I lose the super chat. Delsenia, thank you so much for the super chat. She's like, but Lauren was narrating the R. Kelly with a K piece. Oh wait, R. Belly. I put R. Kelly. Okay, you can say R. Kelly, Del said, yeah. But Lauren was narrating the R. Kelly piece. That's why I turned it off. I found it hard to believe. I hate to say, or maybe it was how it was written. A lot of people find it hard to believe, but I'm a strong believer in believing victims. And she did, in this Tamron Hall interview, refer to herself as a victim of R. Kelly. So as Danielle said, I don't know her truth, but when we are finding other areas of your life where it just not making sense, it makes it hard to believe. But anyways, R. Kelly's still guilty, though. Just saying. More evidence. I'm going to bring you up. What's going on? More evidence.
Hi, Kempire. You okay?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Because sometimes I have issues.
Oh, I can hear you.
It's a bit slow. I don't know if I can. Okay, maybe it's just me. Ignore that. Basically, Porsha being a victim on the back of that girl ain't no victim. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to say what her truth is, but the history and what we've seen on TV, I find it a struggle to call her a victim, especially everything that happened with Candy. So if she has that background, that shouldn't have been so easy for her to bring that topic up. But in regards to that interview that you've just shown, I just felt like she had to rehearse because everything that she was saying was a lie. You don't rehearse things if you're telling the truth. So she needs to get his story in order. Also, so the first episode, not that good. I was bored. I was looking at my phone for a while, and Dennis was the only thing that was keeping me interested. Hashtag man stealer of the century. Like, that's a hashtag that should have been viral. I've just got 2 more points because I know that you don't want to be taken too long. She's not in love with that man. She's dragging it to, the 2nd season, as you said, and the 3rd season will be the breakup and how, oh my gosh, I fall in love easily and I didn't think it would work out this way, like a second Cordell. Exactly. I feel like it's just Real Housewives of Atlanta all over again. It's like recycled storylines a little bit, a few of them. But I don't know, you have to speak to the producers about that. And lastly, this whole thing of having multiple wives, it's the 21st century. Obviously, it happens, but can we all stop bundling Nigeria and thinking that it's just one homogenous area? Nigeria consists of multiple tribes. They have different customs. They have different languages. They have different religions. Can we stop feeding this narrative of certain American cultures that this is the norm? It might be the norm, but it might be like 2% compared to like the rest of the country. And I'm saying that from a East African point of view as well, because I come from an East African ethnicity, and it's just, I feel like she's using it as a scapegoat, and then he's using it as a scapegoat to sort of like explain to these American women that, oh, this is normal, we can do this. It might be a lad, but that doesn't mean it's a norm. Like, it doesn't mean that every woman wants to do that. But yeah, I used to like Porsha before, like 2 seasons ago, but she's not looking good. Oh, lastly, I know that she's not academically smart and intellectually smart, but the girl is street smart, so she knows what she's doing. Ooh. So I'm going to cut it there. But yeah.
More evidence. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Hopefully you get to eat soon.
Thank you. I love that you guys are concerned for my welfare. Some of you are. Some of you just like, Kempire, can I get my point out? All right. Erica, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Erica?
What's up? How you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
Good. It's just entertainment. We just trying to make sure we remember that for some reason. I'm just trying to hold on to that. But I just want her to just lie and say, oh, our wedding date is 2023 or something like that. Like, just put out some date, girl, because it's just not looking good. That's what I would have did,
That's like how you would have spun it.
I mean, something, yes, to get people off my back a little bit. I just would have put out some arbitrary date and kept it moving. You know, they want to have 4 weddings, so that takes about a year and a half or whatever. So just do that. I do want to say I see the transparency and the glow up in Porsha. We've all seen how she's grown up, or surface level, I know y'all, as it relates to trying to be connected to social issues and motherhood and abuse and business and public speaking and all this self-awareness. But it's still not clicking. And I just feel like she's still putting herself in these situations only to figure it out later. I don't think that's really valuing yourself. Oh, I'm gonna just do it. He asked, girl, we just gonna figure it out later. You know, and that's been her mentality. And that's what we liked about her. She was so free-spirited and she was just so fun. And I like that it's like she's not taking it seriously. Oh, we'll figure it out later. Oh, you know, it'll be all right. You know, whatever. I'm gonna just have fun. I'm gonna just do me. But I don't know. It's like I like that, but in some incidents, you just can't do that all the time, especially not the way the optics was looking. This situation, you can't do that because of the platform that you're on. So I just want her to be honest, and with the whole her knowing her self-worth, you just want to be secure, honey. It's okay. The man asked and you said yes. He asked the question and you say yes. And, you know, take your lick and keep on ticking because you're going to get some. But, you know, it's her life. Do you? And
it's her life, though, being put on a reality show.
Right. I like what that's why I said I like what she said when she said, she said something about I asked for your opinion.
Yep.
You did it. So that's what we're giving. So, and it's like she wants to take it. It's like she wants the abuse.
But you know why? She's making money.
That's true.
She's making money. She's an executive producer of this show.
Yep.
She has a book to promote.
Yep.
People are interested.
Yeah.
You see, we have almost 1,200 people that are interested in us commenting on this. People are interested. So she's making money. And the more we talk about it, the more she's going to make and more. Do you think it will be a New York Times bestseller?
No. I don't know. How many books is that?
You asking me?
I don't know. You can probably buy yourself on that list just like you can for Forbes.
I'm sure Simon has bought a few and it probably started in your new home.
I don't know if she'll get there. I may do a little Audible while I'm cleaning up around the house, you know, but that's about it.
Okay.
I don't want to touch too much on the R. Kelly thing because I know as women, we've all been in situations where we should not have been there. And she did use his name to sell a book. It is what it is, girl. It's fine. But yeah, keep on ticking, girl.
Thank you, Miss Erica, for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. All right. Twana Don, thank you so much for the super chat. Twan says Porsha will be getting some blinged out coal for Christmas because she's been a naughty gold digger. Y'all are a mess, but hilarious. Miss Bernice, thank you so much for the super chat. Please drop the link again. Oh, you don't have to drop the super chat for that. Hold on. Let me just do that, y'all. Okay. You know, when Miss Bernice tell you to do something, you better do it. She's from Detroit. I'm just saying. All right, Nia. Oh, sorry. Hold on, Nia. I mean, Trick say what? Who is Trick say? Oh, we'll get you, Trick say what. I just accidentally clicked on you. Nia, what's going on?
Okay, so let me hear. I'm going to let you go because I heard you didn't eat, and I don't want you to end up getting cranky on here. So one, I know this is entertainment, but there becomes a point where it stops becoming entertainment when people manipulate certain things to get a response out of people. Okay, so she wanted that, now she got it. Porsha is not smart, book smart, street smart, cooking smart, no type of smart. She is not smart. She's like I was not playing when I said she's as smart as a bag of rocks, because why would you think that the first episode cleared anything? If anything, it proved more into exactly what Tisa Tell said. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I had to rewatch that because I had to look at the timeline. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so now I understand where Falynn got pregnant and how she did get pregnant, because during that time, they did go ahead and say, okay, we're going to break up, but then we're going to fix it. Then we're going to break up. It was like this back and forth thing. Very confusing. Yeah. I'm not going to touch on the R. Kelly thing. I'm really serious about sexual assault because that's one thing I don't play with. If somebody says something happened to them, I'm just going to take their word until they tell me otherwise. And hopefully she's not lying about this. But Porsha does have a tendency to lie, though, if we're going to be honest. The whole Kandi situation really put a bumper on me with her, because how are you not smart enough to go and investigate to see if somebody was trying to, because what she said that Kandi was doing was trying to R-word her, okay? Basically that.
And you
that
said
is
on a
national television more than once. Okay. She could have lost so much money from that, because that could have put a stain on her. Until this day, we still don't forget that. You understand what I'm saying?
Kandi says even when other situations come up, like with the Bill Cosby situation comes up, she starts seeing comments in her comment section.
Exactly.
Tiny situation. She sees people associating with that situation that Phaedra brought up on the show with her.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I get why Candy's very annoyed by that.
No, and I would get why Kandi would never see her and never want to be around her, because from this day on, no matter what I do, people are going to use that against me, and you put that out there. And then you sit here and you do something like how you do, and then you want us to be like, oh, she found her love. You won't get the same karma that you were supposed to get before. You can't do that to people and not expect these things to come back to you. You understand what I'm saying? For some reason, Porsha has this idea where she thinks that because she does something, people, oh, you guys talk about it and get over it. And now I'm starting to see why Kenya was always on her, because I felt like Kenya seen this and nobody else did, and we just ignored it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she was fun and quirky.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Nia, but that goes back to the situation with Kandi and Porsha. Kandi and Porsha and Kenya from the previous season, that scene that was cut out that we didn't get to see, but we later found out. It was Kenya calling Porsha out for her BS and her hypocrisy when it comes to Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
And what she's saying about Kandi going to the executives. So I'm just chiming in on some of the things you're saying.
No.
Some thoughts.
No, but it made me really, really think, because when I sat here, only person who I believe is Dennis, Portia's own sister didn't even know the timeline. And this is her assistant, y'all, who be around her 24/7, who's supposed to know everything. Literally told us 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I ain't never met a girl with a cat so good that it makes somebody married to them in about 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I definitely haven't met one.
No, Kim, I'm sorry. It's just like, and I don't like that. I don't like when people try to play with my intelligence. Like, girl, say you did what you did. You slid into his DMs because you had your eye on him. Porsha always has her eye secured on the bag. You wanted somebody who was going to give you stability, who you didn't feel like was going to run away from you. And guess what? He had money. So, and then on top of it, what made it better is you didn't like Falynn because she was friends with Kenya. So that means to me, anybody who's friends with Kenya, anybody who's friends with Kenya, you're just going to be like, oh, okay, that's cool. You on the other side? Okay, I got you. So, that's ridiculous to me, that because somebody's friends with somebody else who you don't like, oh, we're just going to be against you. Like, come on now. What you did was trifling. You slept with somebody's man. There is no ifs and buts about it. This whole relationship is creepy. I hate it. I hear everybody, I'm sorry, this relationship feels creepier to me than Ashley and Michael Darby. But that's all I got to say. And I'm going to let you go, okay?
You're going to let me go, okay?
Please go eat. All right, no problem.
Bye. Scotty, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you as always for supporting the channel. Mina, thank you so much for the super chat. I feel sorry for Porsha, Simon, and Falyn's children. They are reckless as parents. Oh my God. Mina. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Woo. Shani says, cleared her, Nia. All right. Kristen, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Kristen?
Not much. Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing today?
Good. So after I called in yesterday, I went back and I actually watched the whole thing, the whole episode, start to finish, because I wanted to make sure I saw everything. And I was even more bothered the second time because, first of all, like, he refers to women only in two ways. You're either a side B or a wife. And it became real clear that she was the side B. And he's not going to marry her. She's not going to become the wife. He had a wife. And
he's had 3
that's exactly. But like, I was just the way he talks about women, the way he refers to her, it's very transactional, you know? And like, he couldn't be in her house because another man had been in the house. It's like, you get a new bed, not a new house. Like, come on. And it just,
then you just get new sheets.
well, I mean, seriously, like buy a new mattress, you know, come on. Especially just the whole watching it and seeing like her reaction to him. And honestly, when I saw it come up again this morning and I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch it. I was like, Porsha's family matters. Well, obviously her family does, but nobody else's does. Because she was willing to, you know, demonstrate just, she does not place any value on anybody else's family. And this whole back and forth thing, even her own family couldn't keep the story straight and the timeline straight. It's like, you know what, just own it. Demonstrate that you have an ounce of integrity and just own it and say, you know what, we did not have a great start. We made a lot of mistakes, but we're happy and we're trying to move past it for our families, for our former partners, current partners, and our kids. Like, we didn't make good decisions, but we're trying to make the best of it today because we love each other. If she had just stepped up and said that, none of us would be debating this and this wouldn't be a conversation or a scandal.
Well, Kristen, you're a very smart woman, so
I was more bothered by like the way he talks about women and then he kept talking, you know, Nigeria. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go look up Nigeria. How is it that I managed to find the Wikipedia page on polygamy in Nigeria, but she can't? Like, come on. I read for less than 10 minutes and disproved every single thing she said about Nigeria in 10 minutes. Like, and I just, to be quite honest, I was almost offended for anyone from Nigeria because it's feeding into the xenophobia of anyone coming from Africa and them having different cultures that are backwards or whatever. Like, it's feeding into that narrative. And it's not like, I didn't understand how on one hand she can be like Black Lives Matter, but on the other hand, except for Nigerian Black lives, you know, like it just, because that's how she approached it. And it just really, it really like the disconnect of how can you refer to that culture you know nothing about and this place you know nothing about as justification for everything he's telling you. And then at the same time, now we have this book and this interview where she's saying how she didn't value herself and she believed what men were saying and therefore she was a victim. It's like, that doesn't track. That just shows that you need therapy, not a new marriage.
Kristen, as always, we appreciate you calling in. Let me have a long line backstage.
I know. And I'm sorry if I was a little disjointed. I should have made a list or something.
I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too. I mean, she's right. It takes literally 2 seconds to go to Google and find out. I literally just asked mine and they gave me a whole little paragraph on polygamy in Nigeria. Data, thank you so much for Super Chat. She's living her truth. The truth being she is picking rich men, investigating the coins before deciding whether to marry. She told us she chose Dennis for this reason. She did. And Dennis told us in this last episode, there's no $40 million, which I think she's verified, hence no date. Thank you, Data. Good point. That's why we don't have a date. All right. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat and for calling in. And one more point. How you come from a family of activists and don't know what the Underground Railroad? Are we bringing that back up? Homegirl thought it was going to be a martyr train. Child, she really irks me now. Y'all are a mess. That Underground Railroad, she will never. I wonder if that's in the book. Anyways, Chris, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Chris?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Oh my gosh, it's my first time calling in. I love your content. Keep it up. I honestly only only watched the episode because I knew you were gonna cover it, and it came right off right after the Potomac reunion. And I seen you were going live because I signed up for text messages. I didn't. I will watch the interview later, but I just wanted to bring up the point that I believe it was More Evidence who was saying who first stated calling in was about how there are different tribes within Nigeria. And that just goes to show to me that Portia's not honest about this, because if she was honest, she would know he's from this tribe. This is what the language that they speak and different things of that nature. Because I know for my husband, I know where he comes from, I know where he's been, I know their culture, I know all of that. So it's like, if that's the person you want to marry, don't you want to know all that? That's just my take. I pretty much agree with what everyone says as far as I ain't touching that R. Kelly stuff because that ain't nothing to play with. And yeah, she's full of it. And I want you to go eat something too. So I'm hopping off.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you calling in.
You're welcome.
Hi. You guys are fantastic. Okay. Trick, say what? What's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
I feel it was you. I was
You
like,
knew it was me.
And I guess I want to clarify. I literally clicked. You were on the second level. I accidentally clicked my mouse there, so it's not like I'm choosing who's. I'm going in order.
It's okay. It's okay. I have no. I like listening to everyone's commentary and hearing everyone's perspective. But, in the words of the great Nene Leakes, Porsha, your cook has left your body. That's what I personally feel, because this is just a whole Lucifer witchcraft of a mess. I don't know what kind of love potion 99 Simon done put in peach juice, or peach juice done put into Simon. But this is just a one-way ticket to the highway to hell, because that was just absolutely nonsense. I know Porsha knows it's nonsense, and that just makes me look at it as like, well, dang, girl, how much money do you need to be happy? And honestly, I feel like she has like some unresolved issues with her father not being there, so that could be playing into her decision making and what she does. But like, I can't support her after this. Like, granted, yes, love is love, but I would never stand by and see one of my friends or family members get engaged in 2 weeks or a day and be trying to pull a wool over people's eyes and make it seem like it's something when it's not.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Trick, say what?
No, I mean, like, we gonna continue watching how this show goes, and
Good.
you know, and who Porsha tries to beat up with the broomstick. I heard it was Lauren.
Apparently, a broomstick. That was not a broomstick.
Well, a shovel or whatever. I don't know.
Not a shovel.
It could have been a lantern. It went just all of it's just like the girl just needs to like have a sit down moment with Jesus, Iyanla, and the Buddhas. That's all she needs to do.
Where is Iyanla?
Iyanla needs to intervene on this. Like, this season would be popping because she would just shake her with her ancestors' truth, because that's what she needs right now. Her grandfather is rolling, twisting, 360 in his grave at the mess she is doing here on Earth.
All right, Trick, say what? We appreciate you calling in.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. All right. Somebody else that's messy. We're going to bring up Chris in just a second, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Porsha Williams' interview on Tamron Hall. We're talking also a little bit about her book, Pursuit of Porsha. All right. And of course, we're touching on the first episode of Porsha's Family Matters. If you missed our recap of that on Monday, be sure to check that out. We had a whole other opinion in regards to what we saw on that show. So be sure to check that out. Tammy says Iyanla retired. No, she didn't. She retired her show, but she's not retired. All right. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not somebody else who's messy. Okay. An intro for the people. But so I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, and I don't know if it's going to be so centered on messy and shade this time that I'm calling in, because I'm thinking, and I went back and rewatched the episode because Bravo uploaded it for free. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take that free opportunity and I'm going to rewatch it. And then I watched the interview with Tamron Hall. I saw that on Instagram because the Shade Room had posted a clip, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so, and one of the other callers saying, you know, how quote unquote dumb she was and this and that. But let's really think about it. Porsha is very smart. She's very strategic. Just get a timeline of events and mine is going to line up. Okay. So everybody was living for her come the end of the reunion for 13 last year when she was in the black, right? She had the front seat after the whole Bolo thing, and they were trying to be like, well, let Porsha do what she wants to do, whatever, whatever, whatever. Then she had all those people who were living for her. Then the whole scandal played out on Instagram and on social media. Everybody was so invested in what was going to go on. They were looking forward to that playing out on the show. They wanted Falynn on the show. They wanted everybody to give their opinion. And then, because, Falynn that did the Speak On It with Candy on her YouTube channel, everybody tuned into that. Then she did the Up and Adam thing. And so we were looking for that on the next season. And Porsha was like, well, it's not going to play out on Housewives, but what I can do is turn it into a show on my end and then still make a bag from it, and everybody's going to watch. And even though people are saying they're not going to watch, we're going to want to know what happened, and we're still going to watch. The ratings may not be good, from that point, but we're going to watch and see what happens. She was very strategic. And with the book, she's going to do what she wants to with the book. I enjoyed the carpet on the set of Tamron Hall. It looked great. Tamron's outfit was great. The orange Porsha had on was okay. Yeah, and then Dennis. At the end of the episode, I paid it. Well, not really paid attention, but I was like, oh, Dennis he seemed like he was the only one holding her accountable, right? The carpet, I'm telling you, the carpet. But he was like the only one holding her accountable because he had the conversation with Lauren, and he was like, well, Porsha flies fast and crashes, faster or crashes harder. And then he also said something to the effect of, if this doesn't work out, she's going to be hurt. Now, this isn't the first time that this has been said by one of the people she's been dating before. And we've seen how other relationships have played out in the past. We've seen the timeline of events that Porsha has had on the show. So it's not like he's lying.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seems like I think Dennis may know more than what he's letting on camera or what they put on TV. And it's just going to have to be what it's going to be. And we will be watching to see. As much as we claim we don't want to look at it, we're going to be watching to see because we want to be nosy and be messy and get the tea. I know I do.
All right, Chris. Thanks so much for calling in.
All right. Thank you.
Chris is the best. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. But why is money such a factor when you allegedly have your own? So basically, she's trying to butt her happiness with money. Honey, please. I do believe Porsha has her own money. Is that a lot of money? Is that $1 million? I mean, she probably has $1 million, but I don't know. Thank you so much for the super chat, Erica. Tam Bam should have asked her, in addition to courting, closing houses, honeymooning, have they entered into some couple counseling? Hashtag rhetorical. I don't think Tamron, I think at one point, I think Tamron Hall sort of checked out of that interview. She was just like, this heifer's not going to tell me the truth. I wish you well, Porsha. Just say it. Miss Bernice, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
Oh, well,
I don't care what the hell Chris say. I ain't watching Jack. I look at the recaps with you, but I'm 50. I'm 55. I don't need my brain cells to deteriorate at this age. I'm not doing it. Okay. Okay. Porsha is a prime example of that old saying, you get over another man by getting under another one.
Oh.
She can't be without a man in her book. So she always gonna be out on the hunt for the next guy.
With money.
Take care with money. And that's a shame because she don't have no value in herself, as in, I need to take care of myself. Like he said, this pandemic. Everybody did soul searching during this pandemic because you had to deal with yourself. You didn't deal with yourself good enough to find out what your triggers are to see why you're not happy. I want Porsha to be happy. I always liked Porsha because of her personality. She was always happy and everything like that. Outgoing. I overlooked the Underground Railroad. Like, okay, I overlooked that. But over the years, things came into suspect. Like, she ain't as smart as. And my thing is, people keep saying she's smart as she's strategic. I want people to laugh with me. I don't want people to laugh at me.
No, that's right.
Okay, because everybody's laughing at Porsha. She's the joke, and people not realizing that you being a joke because you portraying yourself as the whole.
Yeah.
That's not cute.
It's true. It's true, Miss Bernice.
That's not cute. You know, like and you know, I know they got their Porsche stands out there like a candy stand. But come on now, people. That first episode, I saw the clips of it, and I'm saying like, how even if we had Back to the Future right now, you can't even go back and forth to try to figure this storyline out. Come on now.
Miss Bernice, I want to mention this super chat because you mentioned it.
Okay.
Bill Senior says, bingo, Miss Bernice. The audiobook confirms at least that fact. She can't go without a man. Sad, really. I love my own company. Me too, Justin.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Right. You learn from yourself. Come on now. I don't want to repeat these mistakes for the rest of my life. I got to stop doing this. And Porsha hasn't done that. And Porsha almost 40.
No, she's 40 now.
She's 40 now. So come on, you're supposed to have the enlightenment. Hopefully at 40, this you look back at your first 39 years and like, damn, I did a lot of foolish stuff. So maybe I need to change. I hope everybody go through that because really, and Dennis is the only one that's gonna hold her accountable. Everybody else is just yes people.
Is that because Dennis already has his own money? He doesn't really need it. I mean, I know being on the show is beneficial to his businesses, but he already had his money before this.
Right. But see, Dennis is not in Porsha's pocket. Everybody else is.
Ooh, got a good point.
That's a good point. And that's why, like Dennis' mama, your mama can look at you and tell you what type of person you are. I'm the same type of way. I'm like, baby, you need to let that one go.
Yeah.
Like I treat you with cordially and stuff like that, but you ain't right.
Yeah.
And that's why her and Dennis' mama don't get along. Mama looked at her and said, from day one, that ain't the one for you, son. Try another one.
Yeah.
That's why she got conflict with Dennis' mama. And Dennis' mama not trying to be her friend. Dennis' mama trying to be like the adult, like her mama was supposed to be to her, like, baby, this ain't the right way.
Yeah. I guess we're going to see Dennis's mom on the show. So that's going to be interesting to see her take on all of this mess.
Exactly. But this is a hot mess.
As always, we love it when you call in. So thank you.
Okay. Love you, Kempire.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Nia, I'm going to call you Tia. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Porsha is a hoochie mama. Nia says Porsha is a hoochie mama. I thought he had money and found it was wrong. Now they courting my behind, making my head hurt. Y'all are such a mess. I can't. Hold on. I think Asata, thank you so much for the super chat. Porsha needs to learn how to respect herself, which she doesn't have. I know Porsha is watching this probably along with Simon. Hey guys. All right. Just for those I'm taking these last 3 callers, so don't call in now. Dinner's waiting. Tawana, Don, and Obi, I'm taking your calls. I'm going to take Tawana first. What's going on, Tawana?
Hi, Ken. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, so Porsha. Lord. Okay, I just want the girl to stop lying. Like, she's not the first person to steal somebody's man. Like, people will forgive her. Like, people still love Elizabeth Taylor. People still listen to Leon Rimes. Just come out and say what the story is. And because it has to be stressful for her to constantly lie. And she's not smart, so she can't even keep up with the lies. The smartest thing the girl ever did was leave Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise because they were gonna drag her. That's the only smart thing she did. She is a mess. I thought Mia was a big liar, but Porsha's got her beat.
Oh damn!
Porsha's got her beat.
Mia Thornton from the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes, Porsha's got her beat. But and I don't understand why her family talk to her like she's a child. Like, she's 40 years old. Like, tell her the truth. Tell her she looked crazy and she got the whole family looking crazy.
It'll be interesting what the other family members will say.
I mean, her mom, Miss Diane, she's a sweet lady, but I feel like she's not mothering her. She's just being like a girlfriend. I mean, with the makeup and the hair looking like Megan Stallion. Her sister acts like she's older than Porsha, which she isn't. Dennis is the only person that has a clue of what's going on.
Because he technically, when you think about it, he was a victim of Porsha, for lack of a better word. He was a victim. He was one of the guys that she,
Yeah, and I feel like he's kind of heartbroken because I feel like she was dragging him along thinking they were going to work it out. And then all of a sudden, because he planned that Mother's Day brunch for her, she's like, yeah, I'm out of town, I'm dating somebody. And then she get back from her trip and she engaged. He like, wait a minute, what? So, I don't know. I wish her the best. I hope she can get her lives together before season 2 rolls around, if they give her season 2.
Well, I think she's itching for a season 2, and that's why she hasn't set a date for her wedding.
For the 4 weddings.
She wants a whole season about her plotting and planning her wedding. I see you, Porsha.
Lord have mercy.
Tawana, thank you so much for calling in.
Good night, Ken.
You too. Tawan the Don, what's going on, Tawan?
Man, oh man, can you hear me good?
Kind of. You sound like you're coming through something else, but all right.
Hold on, let me adjust. Hold on.
To place call on your Bluetooth phone.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's always on.
All right, can you hear me now?
Twan?
I'm so sorry. All right.
That's so much better.
Porsha. As I told you last time, I'm excited for her. This is going to be a success, even though it don't make sense. Yes, Porsha. And my favorite did it. So that's a plus. I'm excited for her once again because this is going to be a success no matter how ugly it looks. But nothing adds up. And Tamron, that's my girl. She did not buy no Pampered by Porsha. She didn't buy no Go Naked hair. She didn't buy nothing that she was selling on this interview. And I agree 100,000%. She checked out of that interview shortly after it started because she just knew it was false. Now, I am going to say, because the other callers don't want to touch on the R. Kelly part, I'm going to touch on it because I find it ironic. I'm trying to understand, when did she have enough money to afford a penthouse? And then she mentioned something about being homeless. So I'm trying to understand how old was she during this R. Kelly time, because the accusations of R. Kelly has been around for many, many years. So we all known about R. Kelly and these, shenanigans. But she always finds herself in a situation with somebody that got money. So do I think she's a victim? Maybe not. But I do believe some people could be victims, but put themselves in those situations, knowing the outcome. Because when you already know R. Kelly's story and know that he's been out here accused for many years, before Porsha became, on Bravo and everything, we already knew about R. Kelly for years. It's just finally the legal part just took place. But it's crazy that she would sit here and put herself in a situation where she now becomes one of the victims. And, I honestly believe
in all
she
fairness,
probably did.
in all fairness, even up till now, there is a woman standing by R. Kelly's side, including female fans that are standing by R. Kelly's side, despite everything that people know. Just in all fairness to Porsha.
But no, I also stand with him too, only because I feel like a lot of people. No. Hear me out when I say this, because I put it like this. Have he done wrong things? Absolutely. But have people put themselves in that situation? Like, first of all, if you're a parent and you have kids, why would you put your kids, an underage child, around this person who have accusations for years about molesting younger kids?
A lot of people have used that. A lot of people have said that about specifically his most recent girlfriends and the parents.
Now, also they did the same thing.
That's a whole other complicated conversation, Twan, and I do not want to get into that.
It is. I I'm just pointing out that R. Kelly point because I don't want people to keep tap dancing around it. Like it's something that she mentioned and she wants people to talk about it. And I think that we, respectfully can talk about it. Now, also, I will say her mom, I've been thinking this for the longest, and I feel like her mother put her in these situations too. Her mother wanted a man to be taking care of her, and she's teaching her daughter the same ropes. But Porsha always finds herself in a situation with somebody that has a bomb career, making thousands to millions of dollars. The boy that she was dating that was here in DC, that was flying down to see her, the one she tried to do the baby nuptial with.
Todd.
Yeah, Todd. He wasn't he in the NFL?
I don't know nothing about that, man. You lucky I knew his name.
Look, you knew it before I did, but I'm gonna just say, she just finds herself in situations, and I know this is all a scheme because now, if you could really think about it, this is the last point that I'm gonna bring up. If you think about it, how ironic this girl wound up being pregnant and then dating the guy that's supposed to have been the assistant, and then all this stuff blowing up the way it is. This was all planned to probably get
You're
her
talking about
assigned in some type of.
You're talking about Falynn.
Huh? Falynn.
Falynn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like with Falynn, Simon, I told you this months ago, they all sat in a room and they literally put this together, and this is how it played out. And Falynn gets a little, a few little seconds of fame. Simon now is on a show, and she was hoping that it would have worked out in her favor. Maybe I feel like that's just, I don't know, that's my opinion. I might be wrong, but I'm a little cuckoo when I think so, But I appreciate you for this. Have a blessed night. Get something to eat.
All right. Thanks, Twan. Bye. Dulcinea, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Twan, her father left her funds when he passed. All right. So that's how she paid for that that penthouse. All right. Obi's backstage. Hold on. All of you guys are a mess in the chat right now. Y'all are a mess. Don't let Nightbot come out and get you. Look. All right, guys, we have over almost 1,500 people watching. We're talking about Porsha Williams' recent interview and promotion for her book, Pursuit of Porsha, on the Tamron Hall Show. Tamron Hall, and I'll post the link because we cite our sources here so you guys can see the full interview. We put a couple of clips from the interview where she talks about her relationship with R. Kelly, where she talks about her relationship with Simon Guobadia, where she talks about her relationship or the lack thereof a relationship when it comes to Falynn Pina. All right, Obi, who I mentioned earlier, is here. What's going on, Obi?
Hey, Kempire. Can you hear me?
Waiting impatiently.
Always the last, aren't I? Now, let me tell you something about this raggedy asshole down at the bottom left, okay? These childish 40-year-old bottom-down bitches. You try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they turn around and do the most low-down thing, which is getting it in with a married man and disowning his wife as your friend. And then lie on social media and national TV. You tried it, Porsha. Now, Porsha, I'm not speaking for myself because I couldn't care less, but people who've been following your career, first of all, they will never forgive you, okay? Forever doing what you did. Do you see me, Porsha? Do you hear what I am saying? Now, let me tell you something, Porsha. Whenever you are coming for that woman, her children, and her unborn baby, you are coming for many people. But when you decided to come for Africans, you came for me, okay?
Keep going, Obi.
Kempire, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Now she's gonna project a stereotype. Really? That's what you're gonna do, Porsha? That's what you're gonna say?
Wait, Obi. I just didn't want to be on screen when you were ripping her apart. So I'm gonna put it back up. Go ahead.
Now, Porsha, you can take them titties and your butt ass and fake stories in your coloring book and go have several seats, okay? Because you and Simon are out here looking crazy with your coconut skull. Trifling and crazy. And Miss Bennett was actually right about you. We're laughing, Porsha, and we're laughing at you, okay? And that, my dear Kempire, was a read. Bye.
Bye, Obi. Dr. Obi, put some respect on his name. Nigerian, but he had to get that doctorate. So shout out to Obi. But Obi, like I said, just the other day when we were talking about Porsha's family matters and we were recapping it and the stereotype that Nigerians have multiple wives and things like that. Yes, it's illegal in Nigeria. It is legal in Nigeria. However, on the official documents, you can only put one wife. And it's not that common anymore in Nigeria. They say that you can find that more in like the countryside of Nigeria. All right. Toon fan, thank you so much for the super chat. Obi Vex, he verbally molly-whopping. And we never really get to see that side of Obi because he's very, even keeled. But he was not here for that. Marva, thank you so much for the super chat. She said Simon doesn't care about the Bolo situation. That's weird. That's because I honestly don't believe that this is a real relationship. Just based off of the interaction, the body language, I can tell. Universal Love says, "Oh, Dr. Obi got time today." Guys, I want to thank everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Thank you to my moderators, because I know it's a lot of people to try and keep the conversation going and keeping it civil. So shout out to all of my moderators. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com. Join our texting community, guys, because there you can drop me information. You can also get information when we go live, uploads, things like that. Be sure to check that out. And don't forget, guys, it's the holidays. Get your coldest water bottle today. Multiple colors, multiple sizes, 10% off when you use the discount code KEMP10. More information is available in the description of this video. Guys, this was a great conversation. I honestly did not expect to go live to talk about her. I was going to go live to talk about Insecure, and I want to talk about Married at First Sight. We will do that, guys, just not tonight. Can I get a break for the rest of the night? Can I just go home, just go eat and relax? So tomorrow we'll try and do an Insecure. Maybe we'll wait because there's no new episode of Queens this week. So maybe we'll wait till next week so we can talk about all of it together, or not. We'll see. We're definitely talking about Married at First Sight because you guys have been asking me to watch it. I watched it. I even watched the reunion. We have a lot to break down with that. So that needs its own live. So stay tuned for that, guys. We're going to definitely talk about it. Tomorrow, Real Housewives of Orange County. Maybe I will go live on my TikTok tonight to watch Orange County with you. There's also a new episode of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, I hear. So, we're going to go live to recap that as well. We got a lot of stuff. We're busy this week. Let me just say thank you to the super chats. I appreciate you guys. Still sending you thank you so much for another super chat. I love me some Dr. Obi, but he was mad tonight. Wow. If keeping it real was a person, we love you here. Yes, we do. Thank you so much, Danielle, for the super chat. Obi, I cannot. Obi was not, but it's true. And I feel like that was irresponsible, especially now she's on a book tour. And watch, she tries to backtrack on this, and you're not going to hear her bring up the whole multiple wives, Nigerian polygamy, that kind of thing. Watch, you're going to see her because the publicists are watching. If she's not watching, the publicists are watching. It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. Anyways, Petty said, y'all need to lay off my girl. Well, tell your girl to get off of reality TV. She understands the assignment. Just saying. Bulat, thank you so much. Bulat says, go eat Kempire. And I'm going to before I turn into Obi. If I don't eat, I'm going to turn into Obi. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy daily and consistent, not just reality TV conversation, but everything in pop culture. Thank you, Twan Nadon, for the super chat. Why is Twan Nadon using my platform for a message to Danielle? Hurry up, Danielle. Thank you for the super chat, though. Asata, thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate you supporting. All right, y'all. I'm getting out of here. I will talk to you guys later. Again, if you haven't liked the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out my podcast, Kempire Radio. New episode coming later this week because we have lots of stuff to talk about there where I can kind of talk about this stuff in a different way. So check that out, guys. Thanks so much for watching.